Thanks to the new NEVI station open at Culvers here in Rhinelander, EV charging in the Northwoods isn't a mythical beast. 060 Charging, a newer CPO with stations across the country, opened the 4-port Chargepoint station in Rhinelander on September 25th. 060 was founded by FTI, a Wisconsin-based company. I had a chance to talk with their Executive Vice President, Leipold, about the new station, which is their 11th across the country, as well as the state of EV charging in Wisconsin and across the country. Wade, you guys are, I think of you more as like a national CPO, New York, Colorado, California. Those are the typical EV hotspots. Rhinelander, Wisconsin, though, isn't exactly the EV hotspot that maybe it wants to be. I know I would love it to be. Why here at Culvers in Rhinelander?
It's a great question, and I get this quite a bit. Obviously, when we started up being a CPO, we wanted to hit the markets that were really hot, gain additional experience and so forth. What does it take to stand these up and service them? At the end of the day, we're a Wisconsin-based company. We really wanted to give back to Wisconsin, be part of this overall community, help our travelers as they head north. And with this particular location, awesome opportunity to partner with Culvers, a Wisconsin icon, working with the Wisconsin Department of Transportation on funding overall and what does that look like in order to be able to provide this. And obviously with GM Energy being one of those partners too, and really being able to give an opportunity for people to not have that anxiety of where are we going to charge as we head north.
I think it was the GM Energy partnership that first got the 060 name in front of me. What do they mean to you guys being able to put these stations, all around the country?
It's an absolutely awesome partnership. General Motors has a number of fantastic electric vehicles out there, and obviously they're looking to build out their electrical infrastructure. It's been a really great partnership for us working together. This is something, construction is at the heart of what we do. And really being able to bring that end to end. I mentioned earlier, when you look at this, when you put a charging station in, it's just not the installation of the charger itself. That's one piece, but how are you designing them for the overall parking lot? What does that look like? The engineering behind them. Then the installation, startup and commissioning, but most importantly, how are those chargers taken care of after that installation process? What is the service behind them? We have a nationwide footprint. We have a network operating center that we're constantly monitoring 24/7, 365, all the chargers that we have throughout the nation. And working together with General Motors just gives us the ability to continue to increase this overall infrastructure.
I saw a video recently that said Tesla started really pushing their supercharger network 13 years ago. It seems like Iona and other manufacturers that are now, especially GM has been a part of, they're now kind of realizing that charging is kind of necessary to sell cars. Is that what you guys kind of see too?
I believe so, and I think this has gone, to your point, through some iterations. Does the vehicle need to come first? Does charging infrastructure, who's going to support the charging infrastructure if we buy vehicles? And I think that's what we're seeing out in the market now, is that car OEMs are saying, okay, we have to invest in both in order to really make sure that EVs are going to be that sweet spot for the American public as we continue to move forward.
As a Wisconsin company, what is now the focus beyond Rhinelander inside the state borders for you guys?
Continuing to evaluate a number of locations throughout Wisconsin. So obviously we're based in the Fox Valley area. I think there's some opportunities there. Obviously in southern Wisconsin, quite a few opportunities. Continuing to work with the Wisconsin Department of Transportation to see how we can continue to develop more.
So this site has the 4 parking spots in front of the machines, but the space behind it, Rivian just pulled up behind because we're clogged up the parking spaces here in this, the demonstration and stuff. Really a lot of capabilities in this spot, not just the 4 parking slots, right?
Absolutely, and as we were talking a little earlier, I think it's a great opportunity because as we look at EVs, it really started out, okay, it's just my vehicle, get from point A to point B, but we know as Americans, individuals in Wisconsin, we pull trailers, we pull boats, etc. Electric vehicles are becoming much, much more capable as we continue to move forward. I got a great Silverado EV right here that I was able to drive up. Great amount of range on it. how can we also support those individuals pulling trailers and so forth? And with this particular layout, and I talk about some of the assessment and the engineering and how we're looking at these things, it does allow people to pull up on the backside, not disconnecting a trailer, not taking up a whole parking lot as they're doing that, and able to plug in and get that charge.
Adapting, right? Like, however this you design a site, you have to kind of look for forward use too, right?
Absolutely. You look at where we are today. Where is EV charging going to continue to go? And at a restaurant such as Culver is very, very popular, right? Where's the drive-through lines? How does that look like? How do we make sure we're not going to clog those areas up? So really laying that out. And then how do we have that additional expandability? We know that this is going to continue to flourish, and people are going to look for more and more. So a lot of that work, when we do this engineering, there's a lot of pre-engineering involved in there. Like, we're building not only for today, but do we have the capacity to continue to extend that day 2, day 3, day 4?
Year 2, year 3, year 4.
Exactly.
So NEVI obviously got off to a slow start, but you guys now are activating the 9th in the state. Quick Charge has a bunch of other ones, but you guys are still in the first 10. What does that mean to be able to kind of get this station up early in this program? Because I feel like it's still kind of ramping up and taking off.
I agree, and there's a lot of players out there. And as you're taking a look at it, I think it's really important to set that standard quick, set that standard early, and be a leader in this particular area. That's where we want to be. So we're excited that we're one of the first to be up and running, operational here in the state of Wisconsin, and be able to serve our Wisconsinite and other visitors that are coming to our great state.
We got to welcome some Illinois people up here at some point, right?
From time to time, you have to do that.
Thanks to the folks at 060 for inviting me. They gave me a discount code to share with my viewers. You can get a promotional price for charging that's only good at the Rhinelander Culvers location. If you don't already have the Chargepoint app, get yourself set up so you can use this promotional offer from 060. We'll see you at the next charge.